All right, we got a knife here that I'm super excited about. Let's get into it. This just came in from Blade Show. So channel viewer was out there and asked me if there's anything I wanted. And well, it's Blade Show, so of course there were things that I wanted. Make sure I'm not missing anything here. Okay, looks good. Ooh, love the packaging. From Boatright Blade Works, and he threw in a little swag here. Ooh, cool. I've been wanting something like this. Thank you for throwing that in. That is awesome. This is Boatright, and this is a little more Blade Show action here. Ooh, that's kind of cool. A little mini pry or something like that. I don't know what that is. I'll have to, maybe a nail remover. But I'm a big fan of Boatright. If you've seen the channel, I've had a couple of his knives on here, and I just think he does a phenomenal job on the fit and finish. I'm gonna just have these over here. Let's get into it before I bore you to tears. This is a Fjord. I have no idea how to pronounce that because I wasn't there. And I was very lucky to get this one on a lottery win through a viewer of the channel by proxy. And already I'm very excited because it's smaller than I thought it might be, and it's right where I would want it to be. I thought it was actually going to be much bigger, and this is just the right size for me. Oh man, that is beautiful. I don't know if this shows up as beautiful as it is, but this thing is beautiful. Here we go, moment of truth. No idea how the action is going to be on this knife. Whoa, okay, strong detent. Whoa, that is a beautiful, beautiful blade. Ooh, that is nice. Very nice. It actually, I can feel the texture of the DamaWorks Fjord. Oh, that was very nice too. Oh man, that was much smoother on the second one. Okay. I don't know what was going on with the first one. Maybe I just sort of screwed things up. This thing's rolling out super easily. Oh, it's not a hard action at all. I don't know what happened there. That was super weird. Don't mind me. This thing's action's amazing. Ooh, that is nice. Holy smokes. Feels pretty good in the hand. It's a little curved for my liking, like a little more curve than I would typically go for. I would probably bring this in at less of a severe angle here, personally. A little choke up point there if you need it. Let's see if we can get a little zoom in on the blade steel for you. Now you can see it, right? It's like casting shadows. Holy moly, that is sweet. Very nice. Very nice. It's not centered, I'll say that. So I'm gonna chat with them and see if that's, oh, it might just be loose. Totally loose. Shook. Sometimes this happens when they're in shipping. It looks like there's like a 15 maybe there. 15. Oh yeah, I love that. That's a T15. You know, they get shipped out, maybe they don't have enough Loctite, and they'll just sort of shake loose in transportation. And there we go. Now it's centered. Beautiful. And now that action is even more controlled. Wow, okay. Very cool. So these are like fully custom knives as far as I can tell. I don't think he's using like your typical mid-tech type process yet. I think this is like a fully custom. Pretty simple pocket clip there, but it looks like it would work. Nice and light. Man, the reverse flick is just really nice on this. I don't know what it is that makes that good or bad in some cases, technically. But, sorry, let me move some of this junk out of here. It's really smooth on this thing. Yeah, the thumb flick's great. Centering's now staying in place. I'll probably throw a little Loctite on there or whatever. Really like how he etched the brand on the back there. Very subtle. Almost don't even notice it. Versus having it on the blade, especially when you have this beautiful blade. Having that back there is pretty darn nice. Lockup is, holy moly. That is freaking no play, let alone front to back. The side-to-side play is non-existent. Unbelievable. Chase, I don't know how you did that, but that is special. It feels like a freaking fixed blade. The hell? I don't think I've ever felt one that was that tight. Trying to think, maybe a Demco or something. Wow, sweet knife. See, can it do a finger roll? Yeah, it's not bad. It pops out a little bit, but not bad. Sweet. All right, now I feel like I was at Blade Show a little bit here, so let's see what else he threw in. This thing's an ASK, Blade Show Atlanta. Guess I probably need to take a picture of that and figure it out, but it says made in the USA, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I guess you can pull a nail out with that or something. What else is this doing? It's got like a nail nick on it, which it's a nice little touch, but I don't know what you actually use that for. Maybe it gives you some traction, but it's like a little mini pry or something. I don't know. You probably know what this is better than I do. But I have no idea what that is. It just looks like a nice little pry. And then, let's see what we got here. This is looking like, I think, oh yeah, this is the Ben Peterson thing. I've been wanting one of these. Let me see if I can get this opened up here without tearing it. Okay. Boom. Pretty sure I know what this is. I'm pretty sure I've seen this. This is like the anatomy of the knife thing, right? Yeah. Sweet. It's funny that you grabbed this for me. First, thank you. And second, I've actually really been wanting one of these. So I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with it. Maybe it'll go up in my garage or something. Everyone would probably benefit if I put it up here in my office, because then I would make less mistakes on my videos when I'm trying to remember the names of things. I could just reference it. So maybe this one, maybe I'll frame it or something and put it up here in the office. But these are really cool. If you haven't seen these, it basically talks about all the different blade shapes and everything, and yeah, super cool. I'll probably do another video on just that, actually. So let me take that off to the side. Just finish focusing on this really, really cool knife that we have here. By the way, if you haven't seen some of his other work, it's remarkable, to say the least. These beautiful fixed blades that are still going for sub $300. I don't know, I'd probably grab one while you can, because this is such nice work for the money that he does. Give a little zoom on that, just because it needs it to emphasize just how nice it is. So cool. And then here was so that one is a Moraine medium. And then this one is the name of this one always slips my mind. CPM 4V on it too, but the handle is so nice. And this one is a Ventifact. Sorry. But he just does some sick grinds and yeah, some really sick work. But man, this Fjord is quite special. This is a quick pride of my collection kind of knife. He hasn't made a lot of these knives, these Fjords. He has a couple of different folders, it looked like, that he does. But yeah, this one is pretty darn special. Just caught something, by the way. Totally missed it until now. That's super cool. Laser etching in there. Got a little bit of relief, it looks like, on the scales. I assume those are tie. Ooh, a little etching in there too. Oh, cool. Fjord, number 4. Boatright. Let's see if I can read that. How do you, maybe I'll get a little light on there. So yeah, it's facing the other way. Hang on. Fjord number 4. Works, carbon. Ferrous. And then a date on there. It says 5/19 of 23. So that's really cool. Hair in there. Not mine, I swear. Let me try and get that out of there real quick. Okay, let's show you the other side in here. See some of that weight relief. Yeah, that's a sweet knife. Really sweet. So handle, caramel, paper, and tie. And TJ? And tie, right? Hardware tie, stainless steel, spacer, natural, canvas. So that's a micarta spacer back there. Paper and tie. Handles caramel paper and tie. Okay, the front is caramel paper. Is that what that says in there instead of carbon? I think I said carbon, but I think it means, no, it says carbon. Works, carbon, ferrous. Got it. Okay, I see. I got it. Yeah, I really like the hardware on here too. Sorry, I realize I'm totally zoomed in. I can't see what I'm doing. And a really nice hollow grind on there too. Like, I cannot tell you how thin that is. That is like risky thin behind the edge where, you know, you could definitely risk things by taking it down that nicely and, you know, lose a blade, an expensive blade. So let's see if there's anything else in here. Okay, as usual. Inclusion there. Has he got a sticker going now? He's got a sticker in there too. Cool. Yeah, really excited to get this one. This is, I've been wanting to get one of his folders ever since I started seeing the work he was doing on his folders. He's doing really nice stuff, and I'm pleasantly surprised. So this thing's a little bit of Loctite away from being just a dream of a folding knife. It is, yeah, crazy action. I don't know, it's not even loosening up now that I'm dinking around with it. So very satisfying, very light, but snappy. The closest knife I could compare on action would be the Rosie. Like, it's somewhere between a Rosie and a, what's it called? Somewhere between a Rosie and name of it's Shark Knife Co. Waka. That's the kind of action we're talking about here, guys. And those are, you know, 2 of the best, maybe 10 action knives I've ever reviewed. And this is the best of both worlds. That good. I'm not like normally a huge fan of this style thumb stud, but it's working fine here. I do like a progressive one where it kind of ramps up. Obviously a big Demco fan, but that kind of thumb stud I'm a little bit more of a fan of, but this one's not bad. It's not pokey or anything. I have seen some of these where they're a little sharp. This one's not bad. It's kind of hard for me to tell nowadays because I flick around my knives so much. It's hard for me to tell if you're not like a knife person. Is it going to be comfortable? I've lost some of that you saw in some of my earlier videos. Before I started doing so many knife videos, I didn't, you know, tinker around with my knives as often. So I had a little less callus. Now it's definitely at that point where it's harder for me to be super objective on whether something is comfortable or not. I do my best, but you know, what I used to think was uncomfortable has changed. That line has changed a little bit for me, but Yeah, the other thing I'm noticing is the not susceptible to lock bar pressure. Maybe that was actually what I did at first. Maybe yeah, that's that. You know, when I first popped it out, I grabbed the lock bar a little bit there. That was the difference in the very, very first one where I was like, oh, I can't get it out. That was because I put a little lock bar pressure. So only if you touch right here does it get some. If you're touching back down here or whatever, not an issue. Only if you go right here with your pointer finger can you get yourself a little bit in trouble there, and then it gets a little harder to get the knife out. But generally, once you kind of get comfortable in your hand, not a problem on the lock bar pressure, and overall pretty good. I'd say Ergo's not my absolute favorite on here, but not like a problem. Definitely not a problem. Just not my absolute favorite Ergos I've ever felt, just because of that kind of turn up at the end there. It's not bad though. I mean, generally fits in the palm really nicely, so I like it on the palm side. Just on the finger side, it's a little hot spotty there. You can see one of the problems with it turning up like that is that your smallest finger is your pinky, so you would want that to not be as far up because that's the smaller finger. The positives of that is it gives you a really good purchase on the knife. The negatives, a little less comfortable in the hand. So, whew, yeah, really, really nice here. Very pleasantly surprised by the action. And yeah, nice work on this. If you end up watching this chase, really impressed with what you put together here. Pocket clip, by the way, worth one last look. Milled out, it looks like. Maybe not milled out. I don't know. I guess milled out. I don't know how that works. That's a pretty nice looking pocket clip though, whatever it is. Kind of curious if that's titanium too. It is. So yeah, titanium. The hardware's not titanium. At least this part of the hardware is. This part is, it looks like. Pivot screws are steel, but the rest of the hardware is titanium, it seems like, which is really nice. Nice little touch here. These go all the way through, which you know, means it's super strong. Very nicely knocked down around the edges. Just yeah. Obviously, you see a knife like this, and you just know the person put so much care into it to produce what they did. So hard to not really appreciate this. And what makes it even crazier was the price. Even with these premium materials, this one came in under $1,000. I'm sure over time something like that might change. So if you're watching this 2 years from now, sorry. This is number 4. It's the very beginning, and yeah, you made the price very reasonable, so that's nice to see. We got a little extra string here, the perfect opportunity to test it out. We get to do a little cutting. Oh yeah, very sharp, very, very sharp. Nice. Got to do a little functional cutting there on the video. Really like this case. This is nice. I don't think I've ever really seen one that was just quite like that before. So, yeah, very sweet. Very, very sweet. Let's see, wanted to take a look at this too. One last thing, Fjord, a long, narrow, deep inlet of the sea between high cliffs, usually formed by a submerged glacial valley. With that, that's it. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.